Good evening, graduates, family, and friends. I am Amy Kaler, and I serve as the Provost and the Chief Academic Officer for St. Charles Community College. On behalf of the faculty, staff, administration, and trustees of St. Charles Community College, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 2026 St. Charles Community College Commencement Ceremony. As Provost, it's my privilege to celebrate the remarkable growth reflected in this year's graduating class. This year, SCC has 1,010 associate degree candidates, up from 915 last year, and 148 certificate candidates, up from 100 last year, bringing our total degrees and certificates awarded to 1,158. Compared to last year's 1,015. Congratulations, graduating class. We are also honored to recognize approximately 400 students walking across the commencement stage today. That's an increase of over 100 students from last year. These numbers represent more than growth. They represent student persistence, faculty and staff dedication, and SCC's continued commitment to helping students achieve their goals. Thank you to the SCC Concert Band, directed by Jim Martin, for providing such great instrumental music today. I'm happy to introduce Ms. Taylor Kita, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please be advised that the American flag will be featured on the large screens above.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sorry about that. I think they were directly above us. Please remain standing. Thank you. Please remain standing for our national anthem, led by SCC Chamber Choir, conducted by Professor Becky Thorne and accompanied by Heidi Rothfuss and Ethan Oden.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. It's now my honor to introduce our platform guests, beginning with the St. Charles Community College Board of Trustees, with whom the ultimate responsibility for the governance of the college rests. First, let me introduce Mike Lissner, President of the Board of Trustees. Mary Stodden, Secretary. Shirley Lomar, Treasurer. Seth Pyman, Trustee. And Bob Ronkoski, Trustee. And Vice President Jean Ellman, who could not be with us this evening. In addition to the Board of Trustees, I'd like to introduce our President, Dr. Barbara Cavalier. Mr. Todd Galbiers, Executive Vice President. Ms. Shelley Mawkins, Vice President for Innovation and Strategic Growth. Mr. Tony Rothermick, Vice President for Operations and Strategic Initiatives. And Ms. Betsy Snyder, Chief of Staff and Director of the Foundation. SEC's 2026 keynote speaker, Dr. Bennett Boggs. Our student speaker, Roma Girari. And our distinguished alumni, Dr. Christina Cox. Finally, I'd like to recognize our marshals for the evening, Dr. Bryony Carter, Professor of English, and Dr. Virginia Ganelli, Professor of English. They are our 2026 Commencement Faculty Marshals, Sarah Johnson and Jara Johnson, the 2026 Commencement Student Marshals. Once again, it's my honor to introduce you to the President of St. Charles Community College, Dr. Barbara Cavalier, who will provide a brief welcome.
Dear graduating class of 2026, SEC has prepared you well for your next journey. Part of our mission at the college has been to provide an environment where innovation is the standard rather than the exception. Within our laboratories and lecture halls, you have utilized some of the most advanced learning facilities available, I think, probably in the state. But buildings and machines, no matter how advanced, are only tools. What truly formed you here were the people. The professors who demanded the best from you, the tutors and advisors who provided guidance, and your classmates who shared both challenges and laughter. This campus stood quietly while you changed within it, and you have changed. Now the world waits for you beyond our campus, and it will ask something greater of you than what you know. It will ask who you are. As you leave St. Charles Community College, don't just think about what you've learned. Think about the person you're becoming. Knowledge by itself can become cold and hollow. It can build bridges or walls. It can heal or divide. What matters is the heart behind it. So as you move forward, I hope you carry these three things with you. Wisdom, the discipline to see beyond the moment, to weigh not only what is possible, but what is right. Kindness, the willingness to meet others with compassion, to extend grace freely, and recognize the dignity of every person. And finally, courage. This is not the absence of fear, but the inner strength to speak and act from the core of who you are. It speaks to character and your ability to always rise above challenges. Education certainly can provide direction. It can hand you a map. It can teach you how to read the map. But in the end, it is your heart that determines where you will go. Author and Professor Leo Buscaglia once spoke of an ancient Egyptian belief that at the end of life, every person would be asked two questions. The first, did you bring joy? And the second, did you find joy? So tonight, as you leave this ceremony and step onto a new, perhaps uncertain path, may you never lose your sense of wonder and may you both give and discover abundant joy along the way. Congratulations, graduates. We are so very, very proud of you.
I would like to ask Professor Becky Thorne and the choir to now sing an Irish blessing.
Thank you, Professor Thorne, and our choir students. Good evening, my name is Betsy Schneider, and I serve as Chief of Staff and Executive Director of the Foundation at SEC. I am honored to introduce SEC's own Dr. Christina Cox as the 2026 Distinguished Alumni. Dr. Cox's journey with St. Charles Community College began as a first-generation college student with ambition, determination, and a dream for a better future. Today, she serves as SEC's Executive Director of Institutional Research and Effectiveness, using data-informed leadership to improve student success and institutional decision-making. Her career in institutional research began at SEC in 2015, later expanding at the University of Missouri St. Louis before she returned to SEC in 2021 to lead the department she once helped build. Known for her collaborative leadership and innovative approach to making data meaningful, Dr. Cox ensures that behind every number, the student story remains at the center. Beyond SEC, she is a respected leader in her profession, currently serving as president of the Mid-American Association of Institutional Research. From first-generation student to institutional leader, Dr. Cox's story is a powerful reflection of the life-changing impact of community colleges and the mission of St. Charles Community College. Please join me in welcoming SEC's 2026 Distinguished Alumni, Dr. Christina Cox.
Thank you, Betsy, and good evening, colleagues and graduates. It means more to me than I can put into words to stand here today and receive the honor of being a distinguished alumni at St. Charles Community College, because this is where my journey began too. When I first arrived as a first-generation student, I didn't have all of the answers. I didn't even have a sure path. All I had was a little bit of hope and a lot of determination, and this college gave me the space to figure it out. If life has taught me anything, it's that success doesn't happen in a straight line. There are detours, pauses, and times you wonder if you're doing it right. But the truth is you are, and there's no singular definition of right. You kept showing up, you balanced work, family, doubt, and all the curveballs life threw your way, and you made it here tonight. As you take that next step, don't get lost chasing titles or timelines. Focus instead on growing, staying curious, and being brave enough to keep learning. And always know you belong here. This college will forever be a part of your story, just as it has always been a part of mine. So thank you again for this honor, and most importantly, congratulations, class of 2026. We are all so proud of you. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Todd Galbiers, Executive Vice President. It is now my pleasure to introduce our 2026 student commencement speaker, Romaisi Girari, though she is better known to us as Roma. Roma's journey to this stage is one defined by courage, determination, and extraordinary resilience. Originally from Morocco, she came to the United States in 2022 as an au pair, embracing the opportunity to grow personally, strengthen her English, and experience a new culture far from home. What began as a life-changing adventure soon became something even greater, a path toward higher education and a dream of building a future through learning. Today, Roma graduates from St. Charles Community College with high honors, earning her degree in computer science, data analytics, as well as the Distinguished Student Award of 2026. Even more meaningful, she will become the first person in her family to graduate from an American college. Throughout her time at SCC, Roma has balanced the challenges of academic excellence while navigating life in a new country, all with grace, perseverance, and gratitude. Her passion for technology, data analytics, and continuous learning reflects the very spirit of innovation and possibility we celebrate today. As she looks ahead to continuing her education and building her future here in Missouri, Roma represents the transformative power of opportunity, courage, and determination. Please join me in warmly welcoming our student commencement speaker, Roma Girari.
Good evening, faculty, professors, families, and class of 2026. Years ago, I heard a quote that said, "It's not about the destination, it's about the journey." At the time, I didn't fully understand it, but today, standing here, I finally do. 4 years ago, I arrived in the United States with one suitcase, $300, and absolutely no idea what my future would look like. I was a young North African stepping into a world that felt completely different. Some days were exciting, but many nights were filled with doubts, questions, and tears. But those nights taught me something important. Success is not always about talent. It is about refusing to give up one more day. The last time I had been in a classroom was in 2015. I had to take a long break and start working to help my family. I had to grow up quickly, and responsibilities came earlier than expected, which meant my dreams had to wait for some time. But life has a wonderful way of bringing us back to the paths we thought we had lost. I know I'm not the only one in this room who had to overcome challenges to get here. Some of us balance work and school. Some of us face financial pressure. Some of us were far from home, and many of us had moments when we doubted ourselves. Behind every graduate today are unseen sacrifices, late nights, early mornings, long shifts, and moments of doubt. And behind every one of us, there is someone today in the audience who sacrificed quietly so we could sit in this seat. This moment is more than the end of a program. It is proof that persistence matters. It is proof that believing in yourself matters even when the path is uncertain. And there is proof of what a community like St. Charles Community College can make possible. And because of that, we made it, and we made it our way. Before I finish, I want to say thank you. Thank you to my mother and my brother. Thank you to our families, professors, and our international student advisors, and our friends who supported us, encouraged us, and believed in us, even when things felt difficult. Thank you to everyone who made me feel welcome at home, and everyone who made this journey possible. And thank you to every challenge and every closed door, because you made us stronger. Class of 2026, remember that someone is wishing they're having the same opportunities we're having today. So when life gets difficult, and it will, keep moving. Do it alone. Do it tired. Do it scared. Do it for your future self. Just do it anyway. 4 years ago, I arrived in the United States with one suitcase and $300. Today, I leave with something far more valuable: an education, a community, and a proof that persistence can take us further than we ever imagined. Class of 2026, congratulations. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Tony Rothermick, Vice President. It is my honor to introduce our 2026 Commencement Keynote Speaker, Dr. Bennett Boggs, Commissioner of the Missouri Department of Higher Education and Workforce Development. As Commissioner, Dr. Boggs leads the state agency responsible for shaping Missouri's higher education and workforce strategy, guiding investments in colleges and universities, overseeing the public workforce development system, administering more than $160 million in student financial aid, supporting apprenticeship programs ranked among the top in the nation, and helping connect Missourians to opportunity through job centers, reentry services, and statewide economic research. Dr. Boggs brings a remarkable breadth of experience in education policy, workforce development, and public service. Before coming to Missouri, he served as Deputy Executive Director of the Colorado Department of Higher Education and held leadership roles with the National Conference of State Legislatures, the Kentucky Council on Post-Secondary Education, the Kentucky Education Professional Standards Board, and the Kentucky General Assembly. His career also includes experience within both public and private higher education institutions, giving him a unique perspective on the evolving role of education in changing lives and strengthening communities. He earned his bachelor's degree from Wake Forest University, a master's degree in education from the College of William and Mary, and a PhD in higher education policy studies from the University of Virginia, and completed executive leadership studies at Harvard University. Please join me in warmly welcoming a champion for education, workforce innovation, and student success, Dr. Bennett Boggs.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Thank you, Madam President. It's an honor to be here. And graduates, it's an honor to join you on this very special day. In giving this commencement address, there are two fundamental rules that all speakers must follow, and I intend to follow them tonight. First, the first rule of commencement speakers is to be sincere, be brief, and be seated. I shall strive to do that. Second, I note that this ceremony is a commencement. That means a start. We will commence. Today marks the occasion when you close the book on your time at St. Charles Community College and you begin your next journey, and it starts right now. Graduates, as you bade farewell to SCC, let's take a second to acknowledge the parents, spouses, partners, children, and family who are here today, without whom you would not be sitting here. Let's give them a big round of applause. And if I may, let's take a second to acknowledge the faculty, staff, and leadership of St. Charles Community College. Without their help today, we would not be participating. And finally, let's take a moment to acknowledge those who could not be here today, but who had a big, significant impact on you. Maybe it was Maybe it was a grade school teacher or a high school teacher, maybe a coach or a scoutmaster, maybe a minister or a Sunday school teacher, maybe a family member, a grandparent, an aunt or uncle who has passed away and simply cannot be here for whatever reason. Let's take a quiet moment, just a quiet moment, and think about that person just for a second. How wonderful that you could hold their memory at this moment. Think of how proud they would be to know that you stopped to think of them today. May this sense of gratitude guide all of us as it will guide us through as we commence from this place into the days ahead. This year, Carrie's special meeting, St. Charles Community College, is celebrating its 40th anniversary. The citizens of St. Charles voted to approve the district in April of 1986. The first commencement was held in 1988, so there's plenty of good time to celebrate ahead. That is 4 decades of expanding opportunity, strengthening Missouri's workforce, and transforming lives. Not every institution reaches a milestone like this with such momentum and purpose. So today we celebrate not only you, class of 2026, but also the generations of students, educators, and community members who helped build this college that continue to rise, innovate, and serve. If I may, allow me to specifically recognize SAC trustee Mary Stodden. Mary was elected to the Board of Trustees in 2016 and re-elected in 2022 and has served as the board secretary currently, treasurer, and as the board president from 2022 to 2024. Truly a model public servant. However, I also want to note that her parents formed the committee that worked to get the college district on the ballot to get it approved. And her father, Paul Schnarr, served on the first board of the college. So as we remember those who have an impact on us but could not be here today, let's also note the many selfless leaders of St. Charles who through the years have had a tremendous impact on this place. What would they say if they could see us here? I have no doubt that they would be very proud. One of the privileges of serving as Commissioner of Higher Education and Workforce Development is that I have the opportunity to travel across Missouri for many interesting occasions and meetings. On one of those recent trips, I was at a hotel, staying overnight, and I was at a hotel where a bookstore was next door. So that evening, I had unexpected time on my hands, and I walked over to the bookstore just to look around. Sometimes, even though I admit I am a policy wonk, I can be tired of reading about education all the time. So sometimes I just want to read something different. I enjoy history, biographies, give me a good story. And sometimes I like to read about retired public figures and what they think of the lives they led. Sometimes there's a takeaway lesson or two in that as well. On this particular occasion, I picked up a book entitled The Yellow Pad, Making Better Decisions in an Uncertain World by Robert Rubin. Rubin, as some of us older folks may recall, was the United States Secretary of the Treasury back in the 1990s. Prior to that, he served as Director of National Economic Council. Before and after those times in public service, he had a very lucrative career with Goldman Sachs. During his time in those roles, he played a key role in balancing the federal budget, the last time we did that, and also reducing the national debt. His book is about how he approaches decision-making as an economist and attorney by training. And not surprisingly, he uses a yellow pad to lay out his options and calculate probabilities. That's the name of the book, is The Yellow Pad. All right, I can admit, it was not the most exciting book I have ever read, but it is interesting. And he often includes anecdotes from his career that help makes his points and pushes the story forward. One of the most interesting chapters in the book, he starts with him as the NEC director. He had an office in the West Wing of the White House. He received a letter from Florida, where he grew up, and he recognized the writer's name, Mrs. Dorothy Collins. In her letter, Mrs. Collins asked, "Are you the same Robbie Rubin who was in my 4th grade class at North Beach Elementary School?" Mrs. Collins had been Rubin's 4th grade teacher, and he was pleased to begin a regular correspondence that he kept up with each other until she passed away a few years later. But her original question is worthy of consideration. Are you the same Robbie Rubin that was in my 4th grade class? Rubin received the letter when he was about 60 years old. Was he the same Robbie Rubin? I'd like to turn that question on to us today. 40 years from now, will you be the same person you are today? As I mentioned earlier, this is a commencement. It's a start. It's the start of a journey. You will be shaped. You will be changed during the journey by a combination of preparation, character, and circumstance. In his book, Rubin identifies elements that he found helped to shape him in his professional career. And since this is our commencement, I'd like to share those with you. I have found them to be true as I've watched students and colleagues and leaders, and I think that that's helped them to succeed. It seems true to me. So allow me to offer these 7 short habits that help people thrive personally and professionally. The first one is simple and sometimes overlooked. Graduates, have good luck. You need good luck. None of us gets very far without some measure of good fortune. The right mentor, the right opportunity, the right moment, and avoiding the kind of bad luck that can derail even the most talented among us. So the answer here is take care of yourself. Wear a seatbelt. Make healthy choices that put you in the path of good luck. Surround yourself with people that will help you to grow, and be that kind of person for others. Cultivate good luck. The second is, as you grow, stay grounded. Advancement can lift you, but humility keeps you level. Being grounded means remembering with appreciation where you came from, the people who helped get you here, and the values that matter most. It's hard to lose your way when you stay rooted in what truly guides you. Third, bring intensity and good energy to whatever you take on. Whether you're starting a job, raising a family, or stepping into a leadership role, go all in. As you set your broader goals, and the goals can change as you change, Don't forget to focus on what is right in front of you. Excuse me. People notice when someone shows up with a purpose, and they notice when someone lifts up the energy in a room. Be that person. Bring that spark. Get things done. It'll take you farther than you think. Fourth, cultivate mental toughness. Not the kind that pretends that everything's fine, but the authentic kind, the genuine kind that will build up slowly over time. Show up on the hard days. Do the unglamorous work. Learn to set aside your nerves and handle pressure without losing your principles. Mental toughness is not loud, it's steady, and you grow it over time. Fifth, develop self-confidence balanced by sound judgment. In this principle, Rubin cites professional basketball players who have an irrational sense of optimism. If that last shot didn't go in, they know their next shot will. But that needs to be balanced by sound judgment. Otherwise, anytime you pass that guy the ball, he's going to toss it up from midcourt. He's got to be able to use sound judgment. Is this a good shot or not? So believe in your abilities. You've earned that confidence here at SEC, but balance it with wisdom to listen, to question, and to change course when it's needed. The most effective leaders carry themselves with assurance, but they don't confuse confidence with certainty. Sixth, learn to move forward without obsessing over mistakes. You will make mistakes, everyone does. The difference between those who stagnate and those who grow is simple. Some people replay the mistakes in their heads endlessly, while others learn from the lessons and keep going. As you move forward in your life and career, learn from your mistakes, apply the lessons, move on. Don't let criticism derail you. Be grounded enough to consider, is the criticism accurate, and apply as needed. But in moving forward, be known as someone who's reliable and trustworthy. All of this is positive forward motion, and forward motion is the greatest gift you can give yourself, and your family, and your colleagues. And finally, the last one, cultivate energetic curiosity. Stay curious about people, about ideas, about the world beyond what you already know. Think of our student leader tonight, coming from Morocco, for goodness sakes. What kind of energetic curiosity is all wrapped up with that? Once you've become competent in your job, in the work that is right in front of you, begin to look for opportunities to ask about other areas of your company or the organization. When pressed with information, think about what questions should be asked. Also, accept the fact that in this day and age, we are all continually learning. We will all be reskilling and upskilling. That's normal in life for all of us in order to be successful. Beyond work, take time to broaden your horizon. As an aside, I was unknowingly practicing this principle when I wandered into that bookstore. I just didn't want to read any more about education. I wanted something different. So I picked up a book on decision making and business management. Like I said, not the most exciting book I've ever read, but it made for a good talk. So stay curious, foster curiosity around you. Rubin closes by noting, excuse me, first do your job and learn to do it well, but then get involved in activities outside of your business. You'll learn about other parts of the world in which you live, and you'll meet people from other walks of life. Curiosity keeps you young, it expands your horizons, exposes you to people and ideas that can help you be a better professional, a better family member, and a better person. It keeps you adaptable, it keeps you relevant, and frankly, it just makes life more interesting. So in closing, graduates, you have already demonstrated these qualities. You balanced work, family responsibilities, setbacks, hopes, and you made it here today. That resilience, that drive, that curiosity, that is your foundation that you take with you now in this commencement. As you graduate today, you are not just receiving a credential, you are stepping into the next chapter of your journey with the tools, strengths, and mindset to shape your future and the future of your family, your community, and even Missouri. Congratulations to the St. Charles Community College class of 2026, and congratulations to the entire SEC community on 40 years of service, excellence, and creating opportunity. May we draw from the spirit of those who came together in 1986 to forge this courageous venture. May we all rededicate ourselves, not only for those who are here present, but for the students who are yet, the students who are yet unseen, who will join us in the days ahead. Thank you and best wishes. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Boggs. At this time, we will proceed with the presentation of Associate of Arts, Associate of Fine Arts, Associate of Arts in Teaching, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science degrees, as well as Certificates of Achievement and Certificates of Specialization. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Jen Busson, Dean of Health Sciences, Human Services, and Natural Resources, who will be announcing the names of the degree and certificate candidates. Will the first row please stand and follow the directions of our commencement marshal to receive your certificates and diplomas. Executive Vice President Todd Galbiers will be helping with diplomas and the trustees. Trustee Mary Stodden.
Ramaisa Jarari. Taylor R. Kita. Alexander J. Alvey. Sophia M. Arnold. Andrea Alvarez. Hubby Azizov. Anna L. Bailey. Taylor Ballard. Luke A. Barfield. Ryan P. Begley. Cassandra Yvonne Bell. Edith Gonzalez Berry. Waverly M. Boak. Kanisha L. Bowen. Kirsten Bowen. Isaac A. Box. Cody G. Brackett. Lacey N. Brandmeier. Chloe Elizabeth Brandt. Justin E. Brown. Madison I. Brown. Emily F. Brunt. Kira Zoe Buchanan. Najia Bijal. Jake S. Bushway. Jean A. Calloway. Hannah M. Contrell, Kayla M. Carr, Griffin R. Seacott, Sarah Harris, Kaylin M. Henry, Sarah Parise Clark, Ariana Davina Cook, Quentin Miles Crane, Zachary Creek, Kendrick Nathaniel Cunningham, Kennedy Cunningham, Sydney Lynn Davis, Cameron E. DeGarden, Cooper O. Dempsey, Anthony J. Dively, Sarah M. Downs, Blake C. Edwards, Ryan A. Eck, Taya Endicott Carlton, Jace Evans, Abigail Hess, Daniela Hildebrand, Ryder N. Fears, Helena S. Ferguson, Cadence Ford, Jeremiah A. Garrett, Haley N. Georgievic, Yoselin A. Gonzalez Ortiz, Teresa May Graves, Sydney P. Gronemeyer, Ethan G. Gunn, Tyler D. Hinkle, Dima Hamid, Tonlon Hong, Patience Holman, Savannah B. Horan, Madison K. Horwitz, Jared A. Houston, Heidi A. Huff, Blake M. Hunter, Mariana Isaac, Danielle M. Johnson, Taylor S. Kimball, Trinity Elise May Kiner, Jamie A. King, Miles K. Klinke, Cameron J. Koenig, Kendall M. Kuhlman, Jolie B. Lockhart, Hayden J. Lozen, Holly Christina Luzinski, Garrett League, Morgan L. Mendenhall, Serenity R. Lingua, Genevieve Lytle, Catherine A. Lubuski, Cameron R. Liu, Meredith C. Manning, Phyllis A. Maple, Emily M. Martins, Natalie M. Miller, Madison L. Miller, Benton T. Milster, Liam A. Mozinski, Elise M. Mullet-Shoup, Jody S. Nation, Jennifer Nelson, Carmen Nettles, Dina Nukana, Keegan J. Nickel, Jillian Olson, Shaylin C. Osborne, Jessica Ortega Mora, Giovanni A. Parisi, Arlie Michelle Perez Gomez, Sabrina Petros, Layla L. Boff, John P. Pierce, Mason R. Peach, Lily C. Poleski, Isabel K. Pretty, Alexis J. Podlowski, Kirsten B. Quarterman, Kayla M. Quinn, Isaac K. Reagan, Alyssa Lavelle Rainey, William M. Weimer, Ethan J. Reinhardt, Gwendolyn R. Robertson, Hayden Adele Robinson, Crystal M. Roper Magrica, Noah Ruth,
That's very exciting.
Rebecca Ruth, Olivia R. Sampson, Zoe Noingi Saunders, Sadie Ambert Sainert, Leanna D. Selden. Leela D. Selden. Ria Shrestha. Rachel Sen. Ramaya Smith. Marcia Tadeo. Lacey Brianne Talton. Yelson H. Solario. Kylie A. Solartero, sorry. Zoe Stanton. Gretchen L. Stockman. Dania Jean Siddle Strickland. Savannah H. Swatters. Chase A. Tabers. Addison M. Thornton. Amina Tapchakic. Mia N. Torres. Madison Elizabeth Toth. Caitlin J. Townsley. Caitlin C. Tamburello. Catherine Rose Tyson. Morgan K. Volrath. Isabella J. Wagner. Alexandria K. Walker. Michael F. Watts. Alexander G. Whedon. Gavin William Wickland. Carter D. Wigington. Madison K. Wilk. Claire K. Zalaki. Nathaniel H. Bauer. Madeline Anderson Feverly. Andrea Ruth Camarina. Kayla M. Caswell. Kaylee J. Connor. Lillian G. Copeland. Sarah Grace Corbin. Emma A. Camp. Samuel Julian Lanterman. Raylan T. McAllister. Danica Emma Paling. Kimberly C. Pearl. Calvin A. Raff. Alejandra Sanchez Aparicio. Xavier A. Session. Janeria J. Stanford. Josiah Paul Sundman. Faith E. Tiller. Spencer N. Apollo. Emily Marie Barber, Kiana M. Brown, Annabelle R. Lammert, Danielle L. Leibach, Eleanor E. Manning, Rachel Marie McChristie, Adriana Morales, Katie Pina, Grace E. Ruller, sorry, problem with my R's, Anna Marie Ricks, Cecilia Jocelyn Torres, Grace M. Williams, John Abbott, Mariah K. Bambakis, Brianna Elizabeth Barnett, Patience T. Bielik, David C. Brabham, Andrew T. Brackenridge, Lauren A. Browley, Ashley M. Kane, Alicia Church, Amber M. Donna, Shane Davidson, Arnisa Dillard, Mackenzie Marie Eberlin, Riley C. Fears, Alejandro Flores, Tyson R. Goodell, Adrian L. Gage, Abigail Christine Gwynn, Kelly Ann Hart, Eric Hinsey, Carly M. Holdman, Hannah Elizabeth Huffman, Rima Kargari, Madeline R. Kratzer, Kant Tai Kiwa, Cameron Lee, Haley M. Lindquist, Sierra A. Lindquist, Haley N. Lofquist, Kelsey A. Mousehart, Taylor E. Mooney, Gail Ewars Napoles, tell me, Angela Mueller, Marlo Muhumbuk, Anna Karina Oropoza, Samuel L. Porter, Radhika N. Ricks, Christina D. Roberson, Kennedy Shanahan, Megan Sproul, Jordan D. Smith, Samantha G. Strange, Siramombin Teepsiri, Kaylee J. Thomas, Lucas A. Thomason, Samantha P. Tiemann, Taylor Whiting, Ian Connor Wiley, Athena Wiles, Noor J. Zaran, Sophia M. Abernathy, Bashir A. Alaquambawi, Islam Basim Alfriki, Katie Allender, June M. Ananayo, Zuriana Bakula, Noah Bellman, Kyle S. Bisa, Angelica V. Bomarito, Alexandria Black, Sarah G. Bosler, Adriana N. Bradley, Kaylee D. Brewer, Kent D. Brothers, Jayla Burton, Zena Castellano, Kaylee J. Clay,
You're fine. Thank you, sir.
Christopher James Crater Stowers, Tanis L. David, Boyd A. Dillon, I know you're losing. I know, wait. Aiden J. Fazold, Rachel L. Ferguson, Amartivishan Galbataric, Alexis J. Gallagher, Kaylin N. Hahn, Robert Henderson, Jordan R. Hendren, Kaya L. Hickman, Kaya, Abigail V. Horning, Amisha M. Hughes, Jalen Page Humphrey,
Charmante Ngoy Ilonga, Molly Imboden, Jessica Elizabeth Mack, Marcus E. Johnson, Macy Renee Jones, Christine Kamiti, Ashley N. E. Camper, Megan Grace Kester, Jennifer Lynn Lanterman, Jacob K. Mackin,
Say it again.
Sydney Mathis, Aaron E. Mudd, Mariah S. Nelson, Abby L. Ogborn, Lillian M. Owens, Sergio Padilla, Renice Parnell, Emery B. Payne, Giovanni Perez Valdez, John Pruitt, Megan E. Rote, Zachary G. Wolfs, Caitlin Rose, Gino V. Russo, Taylor J. Sally, Carson N. Salones, Michael D. Sarkisian, Emily K. Stageberg, Isabella B. Todd, Zadie Ashlyn Tucker, Sarah J. Tudor, Mitchell Tusta Abanto, Lillian G. Von Wolfsick, Sophie Jameson Lee Waldron, Jeremiah A. Warren, Deja Amani, Maria Tu Camara, Shayna Y. Weaver, Sydney K. Wells, Kayla M. White, Pippin L. Wolf, Molly M. Wolf, Kayla M. Wright, Alexander P. Zengrab, Margaret Offman, Caitlin K. Chanel, Libby Jo Dorsey, Natalia A. Galindo, Isaac Goins, Megan L. Hampshire, Anaya C. Hernandez, Misha Kashif Yusuf, Cole Matthews, Sarah J. Madrano,
Oh, that's a tough one.
Muntadiashe E. Nadwani, Haley J. Roberts, Jade E. Robinson, Meredith Rowe, Teresa D. Schulte, Cameron N. Stovall, Carla Yahara Orozco Valenzuela, Jasmine Vitali, Angeline Marie Weber, John B. Whitworth III, Rebecca Lynn Williams, Lauren N. Wortman, Natalie N. Wright, Hemerson A. Arajo, Frida Lucia Del Angelo Soto, Florencia Fernandez Perez, Maria Alejandra Isilro, Silvana Gupaya, Christian Naranjo, Sarita Kamanrarantun, Rafael Milo, Anna Rushto, Elizabeth Rosario, Joseph G. Sambursky, Minji Zing, Eric A. Golovson, Andrew J. Burrows, Patrick Dolan Stankovich, Gianna M. Dickinson, Nate M. Mann, Logan Schultz, Luella Card, Andrew Jacob Michael Johnson, Zachary H. Gibson, Sydney L. Sinrat, Gavin James Goggin, Emma T. L. Thornburg,
Okay. Will the graduates please stand? We have an excited group tonight. Okay. Madam President, I present to you the St. Charles Community College class of 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Kaler. Graduates, you have completed the requirements for your associate degree or certificate. On the recommendation of the faculty and administration of St. Charles Community College, and by virtue of the authority vested in me through the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you your respective associate degree or certificate with all the rights, privileges, and honors appertaining thereunto. You may now move the tassel on your cap from the right side to the left. Congratulations, graduates.
Now that your degrees and certificates have been officially conferred, we can celebrate. As we begin our recessionals, the stage party will be exiting first, followed by the faculty, and finally the graduates of the class of 2026. Audience, please stand with the recessional music and remain standing in place until all of the graduates have exited. Thank you for joining our celebration tonight.